Well, I've got a little different video for you guys today. So this is kind of a project all on my own. So it's going to be over the span of who knows how long, working on it in my spare time. But right now we're kind of laid back, so stole away from Dad a little bit to work on this because I want to. So here's what I'm doing. I've got a camper. We've got a location that's got a few acres of woods on it that we like to take it out. I've got power, got water on the camper, but I need more water. Want to make it a little more to where we can stay out there for a week or so and not have to worry about the water usage. So this is what I have. These are two 200-gallon water tanks that we used to have fertilizer in that I've cleaned out. We don't use them anymore. We've kind of upgraded to bigger tanks, so they were just sitting in the shed. And I've got this small, older running gear that I pulled out of another shed that was just sitting there. So I figured, why not mount these tanks onto the running gear, put a little 12-volt, 120-volt pump right in the middle, and supply my camper with city water or water through the city port. And then I've got 400 gallons instead of 65 gallons. So that's what I'm working on this morning. I'll kind of set you guys off to the side. Right now, I'm going to focus on getting these tanks on the running gear, getting all this old scrap wood off of here. So it'll be a little different, but continue watching. Well, the cleanup and the setup wasn't bad. I think it's going to work nicely. But the problem I'm running into, these brackets, where I want the tanks to set, these brackets end up setting right on the frame. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take that tank, I'm going to loosen it, I'm going to move it forward about 6 inches on this rail, and then once I slide the tanks back where I want them, those brackets should line up about perfect. Won't be too bad. All I'll have to do is loosen the 4 U-bolts, slide the tank forward, tighten it back down. Alright, got the tanks set, got them moved. I think I like where they're setting. So if you look down here, if you can see, the front tank U-bolts are sitting against the frame so it won't slide forward. And then I've got these back tank U-bolts sitting pretty darn close to the frame, so it won't go backwards much, if at all. And then I was going to tap some lag bolts in here with the strap, but I don't really trust that. So what I did is there's a couple holes right here. Just threw a strap over in the front, nice and tight, and the back and the front. And I'm going to be pulling this maybe a couple miles down the road, and it's going to be sitting all summer. So I'm not too worried about that. I think that'll be fine. I've got to trim off the wood back here, clean that up a little bit. And then my pump should be here this afternoon. Going to make a tray, set that in, start working on some plumbing. And then just for peace of mind, I've got to check. They've actually held air for several days now, so I'm impressed by that. But I'm going to check wheel hubs, wheel bearings. I think there's a couple pivot points on the tongue that need greased. I'm gonna go ahead and grease all that up. But yeah, it's not taking near as long as I thought. So tanks are done. Clean up the frame, work on the pump and plumbing when it gets here. I tell you what, a floor jack rolling across the floor has to be one of the most obnoxious sounds ever. It's actually solid. Two for two. And we are 4 for 4. We got packages. Now I just need somewhere to. Am I the only one that loves getting packages? Like, I don't care what it is. If I know something's getting delivered, I get excited. Like, it could be the most random thing. Like this pump. Nothing fancy about it. But I track the snot out of them, and I don't even know why. Oh yeah, that's gonna work nice. So this is what I was waiting on for the water tanks. This is what I'm really excited about. It is a little drone. Never had one before, so definitely gonna be a learning curve figuring this thing out. Oh, that's fancy. It's totally foreign to me. Oh. Don't worry, didn't break it. All right, I'm gonna have to read on this thing. Well, unfortunately, the battery's dead on that drone. So, it says it takes 5 hours to charge. Plugged it in, We'll see how long it takes. Maybe I can get a short clip of flying it at the end of this video. We'll see. But I got my pump. There's still a few fittings I'm waiting on, but at least I can work on the mounting, get the pump mounted. So I cut this out. I'm gonna weld it in, something like that. I don't know why that won't work, but this, end up mounting this probably somewhere in there. I may adjust it, but mount it like that. Then I'm gonna have a hose come from that tank up here, hose come from here, fit in right here, and then that's my outbound. Gonna go to my camper. Well, got the motor mounted. Now I'm waiting on 4 more fittings. Should be here in the mail today, but unfortunately they haven't come yet. So, rest of that project's gonna wait. I'm gonna go back try this drone. Let's see if we can't get a short clip of it flying for you guys. All right. Well, it's too windy to do this outside, so we're gonna try this in here and see who can be the first one to crash it. You gonna do your phone or my phone?
I'm gonna do your phone.
And just pull it up and it should just sit in it. Well, unfortunately, another bust on the drone for now. That battery is taking forever to charge, so that'll have to be in another video. However, my last pieces of plumbing came in, so I'm gonna get that plumbed in from the bottom of the tank over to my pump. And our slacker is back from grain hauling.
What'd you call me?
Oh, how many loads you get in today?
5!
Okay, that's a lot better than my 1 yesterday. So,
I had no hour-and-a-half wait.
yeah, it was ridiculous.
I had a 10-minute wait till I had.
Lucky. But I'm gonna help him get this oil changed. I'm not even gonna tell you what the miles are because I'm not even gonna broadcast that.
That's pretty embarrassing.
But I'm gonna help him get that drained. We'll let it drain overnight, fill it back up in the morning. But it's a good spot to end the video. So thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. We'll see you in the next one. Well, finally got everything plumbed up. Ended up running a short elbow to keep the stress off the pump fitting. Put a quick connect here to drain it in the winter, and a valve if I wanted to shut the water off if I have to ever take the pump off. So here's the finished project. Should work out just fine.